And anyone who looks closely at the language used by those who try to defend this industry and this rollout of 5G microwave technology, cannot fail to notice that nobody ever makes the categoric claim that it is safe. And that's because they can't. They simply either point the finger and say, well, Public Health England says it's safe, or BEMRI says it's safe. No, they don't. Every institution basically states that there are concerns and that they need to be managed. And yet the Nuremberg Code makes it very clear that if anyone is participating in an experiment, then there is a requirement for them to absolutely, tacitly, and explicitly agree to participation in that experiment. And that is not being the case here, because nobody has agreed to be part of the 5G rollout. And of course, the evidence suggests that in those universities that have been set up as test beds for 5G, then coincidentally, these are the universities where there have been spates of unexplained suicides. So 6 years ago, the rollout of the unconventional gas agenda, i.e. fracking, was a very, very significant concern and affected potentially 20% of the population. 5G is a much greater concern and is potentially going to affect 100% of the population, unless you happen to have the luxury of living underground and don't have any need to come to the surface. So it's absolutely time to take an interest in 5G, because we don't have 5 or 6 years. In 5 or 6 years, then the 5G technology will have had its effect, and people will be so dumbed down that 6G, 7G or whatever comes next will simply roll out and nobody will care. So this is quite possibly the last opportunity that humanity has to take a genuine interest in the long-term well-being of not just humanity, but all organic life. Failure to take that interest now, failure to do your own research, failure to decide how it is that you're going to contest this pernicious technology, this pernicious control grid, will condemn future generations to lives of such unimaginable abject misery. And it will be all down to our collective apathy, allowing the rampant global corporatists to roll out, I was going to say untried and untested technology, but of course it's not true. It has been tried, it has been tested, but in the military environment. And it is well documented, the concerns that physicians have over the negative health impact of those who have been exposed to battlefield microwave technology, leading to depression, leading to self-harming, and in some cases suicide. And this is the technology that's going to be rolled out on a largely unsuspecting, uncaring population. But that small percentage of people that does care, that's the percentage of people that needs now to step up to the plate and do what needs to be done to prevent this experimental technology being rolled out on the civilian population. And across the world now, there are hundreds, and I mean hundreds, of groups and organizations all campaigning to get this 5G rollout delayed, or a moratorium in place until it is proven beyond any reasonable doubt that 5G microwave frequencies are safe. And that ain't going to happen, because we know that there are problems with the existing frequencies, and particularly impacting on those who are extremely EMF sensitive.